On my last video, I think the one entitled "Are Black Women That Stupid to Discredit the Baltimore Riots?" Yeah, see, I did ruffle some feathers. I got 2 dislikes, and I'm not even worried about that. For once, I actually wanted dislikes. I hope it circulates some more so I can get my point across and just be the voice of reason. But I wanted to say that man, females can't be this stupid, man. Black women cannot be this stupid. I think I may have mentioned in another video, but I don't know. I've been so stressed out that I haven't even remembered everything I said in that other video. And so, last night, I was texting one of my friends, my conscious female friends, and she was telling me that, money isn't shit. Money doesn't matter, shouldn't matter because it's not as natural as fruits. It's not like, shit that literally grows on trees. And it's like, this bitch got a job. Why the hell is she talking about money isn't shit? If that was so, just live with your mom forever and don't don't ask for shit. See some shoes you like? Oh, fuck money. I could just get some old ones in a dumpster somewhere. I'm so tired of females with this stupid logic, and this is why I don't even fuck with conscious females. Uh, the thing is, you know, um, so what? Okay, they don't see God or Jesus as a white person. They don't worship whiteness, but then again, it's like I can't associate with these broke motherfuckers who just sit back and just be like, money ain't shit. In the next 20 years, the American dollar is gonna collapse, and it's like, so what? Take advantage of what you can use, so when it collapses or if it collapses, you can benefit from it. But no, some of these niggas are just stupid, and females especially. I might entitle this video "How Stupid Conscious Women Can Be." They want to go with this kind of like what I this term that I hear a lot, the original man status, to where it's just this idea of that you're the first person, you're the first race, and you know you should feel entitled enough so where you're not mad about money or any kind of secular bullshit, and it's like it's just entitlement. I'm so tired with black people with this bullshit of entitlement. We're this, we're the Hebrews, we the Moes, we the black Asiatics, and I'm like, fuck all this shit, man. Yes, I'm aware there's black people in Asia. I've seen Hidden Colors, all three of them. But damn, it's so ridiculous that black people here in America are more worried about titles and feel goodery, and is that realistic? I don't know. No, now that I think of it, you know, I think my other conscious female friend, I think she said the same shit. Just like the other one, and they don't even know each other. Saying the same shit that, oh, we need to find peace. We need to black people need to be more knowledgeable. They need to get the knowledge. And I'm like, gosh. And it's not even like it's constructual knowledge. This isn't knowledge on how to build bridges, how to work forklifts and shit like that. This is some old intangible bullshit of um intangible bullshit of we the Moes, we the Hebrew, we the black Asiatics, and it's like okay, this entitlement shit is like it's really annoying. You get the knowledge. What else? I can't. I remember the first time I heard it from one chick. I was like, "What else are you gonna keep doing? After you get the knowledge, what else? We just get more knowledge, and then it's like y'all's knowledge is like it's too infinite. That's like the issue. It's like basically we're just looking back, looking back, looking back, and we're gonna keep looking back and back and back and back, and we ain't gonna be concentrating on shit that needs to be done. That's why I don't look at the past when it comes to our ancestors too heavily. I'm aware of what they are. I'm aware of the contributions they made, even to present time. But the thing is, I'm not gonna keep looking back because if I look back, I have to look back at that. I have to look a little. Have to keep going back, and it's just not progressive just to be looking back at what we used to be and shit like that. That's why I'm just kind of tired. That's why I just really don't date conscious women. I don't, you know, all of this, bullshit of being proudly broke and fucking uh fuck money, and it's like you can use it to your advantage. I mean, just because you see some niggas, using their money to buy rims doesn't mean that money's all bad and it's like fuck the money, it's evil, blah blah. Shit. Yeah. When you go to your little magic, this is for the conscious folk. When you go to your little magical city or planet or Nibiru or whatever, you know, do you think they're not gonna be fucking with money? But then they're just gonna give you a bunch of G passes of like, oh, well, he's pretty dark skinned, give him a free pass, free food for the blue blacks in here. You really think money is like a human tangible? I'm pretty sure when you go, if it, let's just say there's aliens out there, I'm pretty sure they have a system where they separate the weak from the poor and the rich, and separate the weak from the strong and the poor from the rich. I'm pretty, but the problem with these idiotic conscious motherfuckers is that you know they just want to live easy on just knowing shit just for knowing. And I just have to say about a lot of these conscious brothers, these kind of new age conscious brothers, they're pretty dumb. They're not that smart. They just go off on what they hear. They watch because I know one personally because they watch ancient aliens all motherfucking day, and then they act like they geniuses and shit. Um, did you know like in the Bible, there were flying saucers and shit. Noah's Ark might have not been a a boat. It might have been a spaceship or some shit. That can go underwater. You know, you know, it's like this silly shit of like I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't give a fuck about Puma Punku. I don't give a fuck about the shit on the show, man. Worry about some realistic shit. I don't know, dude watching Ancient Aliens to death, and I'm like, what are you gonna do with the knowledge? What you gonna do with your theories and all this other bullshit. At least with the white boys, they can monopolize their theories. They just, here's a show. Here's my degree. This is where I went to school. This is where I went. At least they can monetize their theories. What the fuck do these, black conscious motherfuckers do? They just go off views, YouTube views, and attention horn shit. And then these niggas wanna, you know, want people to pay for their fucking lectures and debates and shit. Really, man, just to hear some, nonsensual bullshit. It's just mic hype. All it is just a bunch of um some just a bunch of like a rap battle, a conscious rap battle. That's basically what it is. If you like this person, they get more hype, you know. That's why I just don't fuck with the conscious community like that, because I can't stand them. At least when I deal with conscious, I mean not conscious, when Christian women, there's some, black Christian women who don't care if they, date non-Christians. There's a good bit of them. At least with the Christian women, they can get with the program easily. Because all you have to do is show them and tell them how much it benefits you. And, they look at like how you live in. Okay, this nigga's on point. We may not agree with this shit. We agree with everything with theology and all that. But I like what he's on. That's why I'll be honest, I just kind of like fuck with I mean not conscious Christian women like that, man. You know, the white Jesus thing that has to go, but at least with most of the ones that I've met, they're not all, you know, to a degree they are a little whitewashed, but it's not like a really bad worst case scenario. This is pretty much kind of like the average naive black person who is somewhat in the know, but they 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 haven't been exposed to a lot of stuff. The problem with conscious females and the one that I've run across is that they just wanna. I remember one. There was like a one. She was really really light skinned with some twist, and she likes she I guess she claims more. She likes I forgot his name, but she does like a lot of Moorish drawings and shit. She draws favorite Muslims and shit. And I remember when me and her was talking, and she's pretty. We God, it's ruined it. Hey, I got interrupted. I got this stupid thing on vibrate. I should have took it off from whatever. But like I was saying, when I was cool with this light skinned conscious girl, I remember, she talked. Me and her kind of we went along pretty good, but I think it was just my views on black women that kind of disgruntled her, But like I was saying, I couldn't really get with her program because she talks about this like New World Order shit, and it's like, did you know that you know this New World Order is really us? That's what they're referring to. You know, the United States, had a treaty with the Moors, and so in a certain due time, they have to give up all their power to the Moors, and the Moors reclaim, this country. And I was like, okay, whatever. As if white supremacy is just gonna have like a time slot to where they give up the power on their terms. As if, you know. And I'm just noticing that a lot of people in the conscious community aren't really that smart. They'll just watch some shit on Ancient Aliens, or read. They'll like read like little cheesy science articles, and they'll just kind of go off like, "Yay, this is what I'm telling you about. This is what I'm telling you about. They cloning. There's gonna be a clone army." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? A clone army? I remember like my half brother. He's obsessed with these cloning conspiracies, and it's like China's gonna start cloning. They're gonna have a clone army. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense, man. China is like overpopulated. They have like strict limits on like how many children are allowed to be in the household. What the fuck are you talking about? They're gonna have a clone army as big as that country is. What the fuck are you talking about? Man, I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? They're gonna have a clone army. I think he was saying some other shit about, Russia having a clone army. I'm just kind of tired of it. Yeah, in the year 2020, the U.S. Army, they're gonna have the U.S. Army's gonna look like stormtroopers. Really? Nigga, it's like 2015. They look basically the same as they always did, just with some, minor tech upgrades, but that's like, I guess that's for like those serious op missions or shit like that. But I can't stand listening to these conscious niggas who just like listen to, conspiracies all day and then they want to, talk like they're smart or they understand shit. You know, my half brother, he was just really big on those. I just kind of got tired of him talking because it's just a lot of bullshit that he doesn't understand or get. Like he has like a dumb blog or a Twitter where basically he's just copying and pasting shit that he heard from ancient aliens and he's acting like he's some kind of genius or expert on aliens because he's been studying aliens all his life. He just it's stupid. I remember he came up to me. He was like, and it was some shit about evolution. And he was talking about like, you know, um, there's two types of human. There's one human type of humans that never, that the aliens didn't contact, and then there was another type of humans where the aliens did get in contact, and they were smarter. They evolved faster than the ones. I'm like, shut up, please, man. Just shut up. Shut up with these alien talk. Shut up. I don't give a damn about no damn aliens. That's the problem with a lot of these idiotic conscious motherfuckers, these new age conscious fuckers, because it used to sound deep back in the day, like from the '90s back. But nowadays, I just don't want to hear this shit, man. I'm not trying to hear this shit. You know, I ain't trying to hear no damn shit about robots taking over. I ain't trying to hear no shit about no clone army. I ain't trying to hear no shit about no um secret reptilian race that's shape shifting and whatever. I'm not trying to hear this shit, man. Only worrying about white supremacy, and that is it. That is the biggest thing I am worried about. Fuck your conspiracies. Fuck your little bullshit knowledge on shit, man. I can't. That's like one thing I really can't stand is like conscious niggas who try to talk scientific. You ask like a motherfucker what's an atom? What is an atom? They'll probably go on some like big convoluted bullshit of like just they just kind of make it bigger than what it is. And it's like the more you explain it, the kind of like the slower you sound, man. Just it's simple and easy to describe. You don't need to you know talking these fake big ass words as if you know what you're saying yourself, man. Can't stand some of these conscious dudes. I can't really stand most of them, to be honest with you. 'Cause, they just make things bigger than what it is and they act like they're deep. I don't give a damn about deepness or whatever. I'm worried about practical shit. Practical shit, you know? teaching my kid, if I have kids, teaching them that, oh, you're the original man, you're the original woman, and the majority of people don't know that. Majority of people don't give a damn, So of course, you should, so like, what's the point? But it's important to have your kids, self-esteem good at least. But you know, I'm just worried about practical shit. Telling them they're kings, queens, gods, and goddesses. You know, and they're dealing with other races of people who just see themselves as regular people. Now, how the fuck does that work when you have regular ass people running gods, so-called gods and queens and kings, and whatnot, as like chattel labor, as slaves or, peons? How the fuck is the roles that badly reversed? You know, recently, last week or two, my dad he called me up, and he was, I guess him and my little brother, they were talking up. I guess my dad, he was just kind of asking him like, what's his, conscious views. He wanted him to be a little bit more conscious and more knowledgeable and shit. And I guess he was encouraging him to, you know, at least have some like a baseline Nuwabian context. To me, kind of like Nuwabians are kind of like a combination of like those Egyptian niggas like pro light and some of the doctrine of like the bullshit with the Hebrew Israelites. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. Kind of like a combination of both, even though they really don't like each other on the conscious network. But like I was saying, my dad, he wanted my little brother to have like a basis Nuwabian knowledge, and I'm looking at it like it's not really practical. He doesn't really need to know. He just needs to know about racism, how to fight it, some group how to utilize group economics, learn practical shit. Because I don't want him getting into this original man bullshit of I'm better than you because I know something. You know, and my dad, he's not broke like those other conscious niggas. He's far from that. He's far from that. But I'm not gonna have my little brother get drained up in those type of niggas who just debating other people, just running around cursing at Christians and just saying, "Hey, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid," and I don't want him to be isolated, like that, because I used to be thinking I was better than everybody because I knew my so-called original man status, and like it just creates too much tension. It just divides, and I'm not really here to to agree with everybody. But the thing is, I still want my little brother to have a social life. I don't want him thinking that just going on the internet and looking up old ass lectures and thinking that he's going to survive in this world just because he has some so-called knowledge. That's why the conscious community is dead. It should be dying though, and I think it is because I guess all the thorough people have died out, or just kind of got tired of other motherfuckers in the community. But it's just not how it used to be. You know, it used to be a progressive movement, but now it just kind of diluted to where you just have niggas talking randomness. And you know what? This is really what it is. This is what really kind of was the catalyst of this downfall. With all this, to me, it really started with all this shit of black women are gods. And ever since that movement, I think it probably was Natural to Hootie that started it. But ever since then, because I noticed this shit like in 2011, ever since then, it just kind of been like downhill to how I just looked at the conscious community, where it's just basically pussy worship, you know? And ever since then, you have just niggas just running around talking about black woman is God. Um, a man is theoretically a woman because you're born a woman first, and men are just degenerate women and shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Seeing niggas on Blog Talk Radio, you know, the female rulers were more violent than the men. I'm like, really? Were they lifting stones in sand bricks or anything? I doubt that, but whatever. They weren't gathering other women to lift that shit or do basic construction. They weren't. I'm pretty sure women weren't doing that. It just really degraded. Just the conscious movement just got degraded and just I won't even not really degraded. It just got out of whack, and that's why I just can't mess with it. All it is just a bunch of pussy worship, niggas worrying about silliness and all that. That's why I just kind of refrain from listening to conscious people because I see how horrible and stupid it has gotten. I used to be real. I used to like this woman. She's pretty somewhat YouTube famous. Her name is Alexis Tyler, and she's popular and well known for the vagina power, and she just uses a lot of vulgar language, and you know she does it for like shock value, and it just kind of got to a point to where I was just listening to her, and it just got to the point of where this is completely stupid. I don't care how many valid points she's talking about. It's just really stupid. I listen to her blogs with other female co-hosts. This female talking about some other female was talking about how black people handle being possessed by demons, and I'm like, okay, forget this shit. With Alexis Tyler, she's I guess parading her son, rap career, internet rap career, and they're just cussing out a storm on her videos. I mean, on the songs. She's talking about the streets are gonna rain blood with bitch ass niggas dying, and I'm like, this is a mother who is literally parading so-called black on black crime that all black people are not all, but most black people are offended by. I this is why you can't take conscious women seriously. You know, you listen to nut jobs like that with, vagina power, and she's making herbs and whatever and all this magical shit, and it just kind of I just kind of woke up at it like, okay, she's a cute little light skinned chick, but other than that, what are you learning or getting out of her lessons or whatever the fuck she's teaching? Nothing, you know. Just a washed up old internet hag who lost her relevance. She was funny for a little one more minute, and then the next, she's nobody. Nobody gives a shit. And, that's why, you know, that's kind of like the downfall of consciousness because females, dudes kind of let females, kind of take over, and then it just now it's just pussy worship. It just talking about silliness, you know, just doing the most, and I'm just kind of done with it. You know, I'm done with worrying about getting my vibrations tuned in with this god, this goddess. I have to wear these little charm bracelets. I'm done with that, man. I think I look back at when I was a kid, my older half brother, he was a Nubian too, and he would so-called teach me some shit, and I remember it was like a prayer. I think it was called Ashutat or some shit, and he would drill me on learning how to do it. And like now that I look back, I'm looking at myself like, man, I was so stupid. You worrying about going on a spaceship and leaving everybody behind, and just going on a spaceship, and you're just there because you have knowledge. You don't know how to do shit, but you feel like you're deserving of greatness because you have some so-called knowledge. Yeah, my bad. I thought this thing cut off, but that's why I wouldn't say that I'm an atheist, but I'm just a realist. I'm just practical. And that's why I just kind of give up on the worrying about the not secular. I meant theological, philosophical, you know, mystic, magical, cosmolic, you know, Egyptian, Hebrew, Black, Asian. I just kind of not worrying about it. I don't really study that shit, because there's no benefits. You can't look at no conscious person and say that they're living good um physically with the shit they're learning, you know. None of these motherfuckers have tangibles. You look at pro life, he says he's doing group economics and he's talking about, we should, take control of the money, but then again it's like, what are you doing? What are you selling? Who are these people that you claim that you helped? You know? And sometimes I just kind of look at him and I just think like what is what does he have? What is he doing? You got four wives. Your plans and how you got to where you're at is not clear. So that's why I don't really mess with or focus or give a damn about brother pro light like that. I don't really care because his shit isn't practical. And of course, when you look at the Hebrew Israelites, they're just a bunch of broke ass niggas yelling at motherfuckers, yelling at black women, just saying dumb shit like, "What you doing out the kitchen?" and all that bullshit. And these niggas actually putting in some work, just reading the Bible, cussing out people, and acting like, oh, and yelling that you're gonna put people in slave. Right, just waiting. I'm still baffled on how people take being a Hebrew Israelite seriously. I'm just saying though. I'm just saying I don't understand how people take that shit seriously. I'm trying to think of other conscious groups that I'm at least that I'm somewhat aware of. But that's like basically the only two that I know that are kind of like, I guess the most active is just basically those Egyptians and the Hebrews. The Nubians are pretty dead and kind of out of practice. Their following isn't that strong, at least on a YouTube level. But nonetheless, I ain't trying to hear their shit. You know, I ain't trying to hear no shit about no Nibiru Planet X coming. You know, taking up all taking the in the know people and putting them on a ship, and they're on the ship, and then the world dies and explodes and whatever. I just don't give a damn about shit like that, man. I really don't give a damn.